Prince Cihangir, a tragedy of illness and hope in the shadows of Ottoman glory. In the golden age of the Ottoman Empire, where sultans ruled vast lands and empires trembled before their might, there was one prince who never stepped onto the battlefield, never wore the crown, but captured hearts through his quiet suffering and gentle soul. He was born to power, yet bound by pain. Heir to greatness, yet cursed by fate. This is the haunting story of Prince Cihangir, the disabled son of Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent and Hürrem Sultan. A prince whose illness became his prison, and whose sorrow may have altered the course of empire. Stay with us, as we unveil the tragedy behind the throne, a life of brilliance, broken by destiny. When the name of Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent is mentioned, one immediately thinks of the glory of the Ottoman Empire and its vast power. However, behind this glory lie painful human stories that are rarely told. One of the most touching among them is the story of Prince Cihangir, the youngest son of Hürrem Sultan, who suffered from a physical disability that shaped his destiny and left a sorrowful mark on the royal family's history. Prince Cihangir was born in 1531 at Topkapi Palace as the youngest son of Sultan Suleiman. From birth, doctors observed a spinal deformity, believed to be a form of hunchback or congenital illness that limited his mobility. In an empire that glorified physical strength and military skills, this disability was enough to exclude him from succession and seal his fate from childhood. Far from the battlefield, Cihangir turned to literature and thought, enjoying the company of scholars and intellectuals. He had a sensitive and kind-hearted personality and loved reading poetry and contemplation. Some accounts describe him as the most tender and emotional of the Sultan's children, perhaps a reflection of his physical condition, which drew him inward rather than outward, toward the soul rather than strength. The execution of Prince Mustafa, Cihangir's half-brother, was a devastating turning point in his life. Cihangir deeply loved Mustafa, and when he was executed by their father's order in 1553, the young prince collapsed both emotionally and physically. According to sources, he sank into deep grief from which he never recovered. His health deteriorated rapidly, and he died later that same year at just 22 years old. Prince Cihangir died quietly, without ambition for the throne, but left behind a touching human legacy. He was honored posthumously by naming a bay in Istanbul after him, Cihangir Bay overlooking the Bosphorus. That bay still stands as a witness to the life of a prince who lived in the shadow of Ottoman greatness, not as a warrior but as a symbol of human vulnerability in the face of pain, regardless of rank.